Zolala.
Is it always Zolala? Nice. Okay, great. What should we do? Should we start with a round of introductions? Okay, I will go last because so that if more people are going to join, they will get to hear my Vorstellung as well. But who would like to start with a little bit of introduction? Anyway, everybody will have to. Just the basic one, not very like some fundo. Just the basic introduction I need. Yashika,
Okay.
you can take help of this when you
This
browse.
is a typical exam pattern.
Just for you. Matlab, you can also tell us whatever you want to, no problem.
Okay. Mein Name ich heiße Yashika. Ich bin 26 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus natürlich Indien. Ich jetzt in Haryana. Es gibt eine kleine Stadt als Bhiwani. Ich
Mhm.
komme aus Bhiwani und ich spreche Hindi, Englisch und setze ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich
Mhm.
bin Krankenschwester von Beruf.
Mhm.
Jetzt arbeite ich nicht in einem Krankenhaus, aber ich habe äh, 4 Jahre Erfahrung in
Mhm.
meinem Beruf. Ich habe in Medanta, der Medicity Krankenhaus und
Mhm.
Artemis gearbeitet. Und ja, mein Hobbys sind Buchlesen und Kochen.
Yeah. Okay. Two things. Sprache with her sound. It is language. Okay. And
Okay.
Sprecher with sh sound, it is a verb. So you said ich sprache, it should be Sprecher.
Oh, Entschuldigung, ma'am.
See,
Es
no,
tut mir
these are
leid.
very confusing. Confusing words. Always everybody gets confused. Then, can you repeat the last line of my hobbies? What did you say?
Mm,
Mine?
Meine Hobbys sind
Okay, mine hobbies.
Koch, sind Kochen und Lesen.
Yeah. So you said book lesen. Do you always read only one book?
Bücher.
Usual lesen. Correct. Okay. Great. Great. Und warum lernst du Deutsch? Möchtest du nach Deutschland
Ähm,
fliegen?
Ich möchte in Deutschland arbeiten. Ich habe mit meiner Vorausstellungsgespräche fertig.
Mhm.
Ich habe äh, meine BSI-Telc-Prüfung im Dezember, 11th of December.
11. Dezember. Okay.
Ha.
Great. Who's next? This is a basic introduction. I'm not asking for a lot. Okay. And please turn on your cameras. Let me see your nice, excited faces. मेरा हमेशा ऐसे ही रहता है face. You can see it on my reels. You can see it everywhere. So I also need to see you. Great. We have Shubhangi. Shubhangi, would you like to give a introduction? Shubhangi, आवाज येत नाही. You're not audible.
Okay. Now is audible.
Yes, now it is audible.
Okay. Hallo, ich heiße Shubhangi. Ich bin 36 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Indien. Ich wohne in Pune.
Mhm.
Ich spreche Englisch, Marathi, Hindi und ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich bin Housewife.
Mhm. Hausfrau.
Hausfrau. Meine Hobby lesen, hören Musik und lesen Bücher.
You should. Yes. Very good. Now, Shubhangi did not say Hausfrau von Beruf. What do you think? Why she didn't say? Or if she would have said Hausfrau von Beruf, would that be correct?
No, because Hausfrau is not Beruf.
Correct.
It's not profession.
Correct. Yeah. So Hausfrau is not a profession, so we cannot ever say ich bin Hausfrau, or in fact ich bin Studentin von Beruf. Okay. So if you are a houseman as well, that doesn't work. For student and studentin. Okay. Very good. Studentin. Yes. Okay. Sehr gut, Preeti.
Hallo, ich heiße Preeti. Ich bin 40 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Indien. Ich wohne in Zürich, Schweiz.
Mhm.
Ich spreche Hindi, Englisch, Oriya und ein bisschen Deutsch. Äh, ich habe keinen Beruf. Mein Hobby sind Zeichnen und Tanzen und Musik hören.
Yeah. Again, the same thing. Ich spreche. Huh? And instead of saying ich habe keinen Beruf, you can just say ich arbeite nicht.
Okay.
Huh? You can say ich arbeite momentan nicht. Like at the moment, I'm not working, or jetzt zurzeit also works.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
I'm going to copy paste all of this into the drive. So all of you just can. Yes. Okay. So yeah, good. Preeti is my old student. So she had joined me for B1 as well. She's going to continue for B2, but before that, she needs a quick revision.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Okay, then Shubhangi is done. Who's next? Vijaya?
Yes. Hello, ich heiße Dr. Vijaya Lakshmi and ich and oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Okay,
I cannot tell without writing, so that's what my
okay,
problem is
okay.
now.
I will write it for you quickly. Ich komme aus your city. Ich wohne in your city. Then ich spreche. Okay. And add languages. Okay.
Ich komme aus ich komme aus Andhra Pradesh, that's Indian, and ich wohne in Vijayawada. Ich spreche English und Telugu.
Mm-hmm.
Mein Hobby is hören Musik and lesen Buche,
Bücher.
Bücher,
lesen.
Bücher, yeah, Bücher,
Yeah. Sehr
Bücher.
gut. Now, if you have one hobby, then only we'll say mein Hobby ist. If you have
Hmm.
multiple hobbies, we'll have to say
My
meine
hobbies
Hobbys
is
sind. हाँ.
hmm.
Bücher
Meine
lesen
hobbies
und
sind
Musik hören.
Musik hören.
Correct. Okay. Sehr gut. Then we have Shubhangi is done.
Ich
Alicia?
arbeite,
Oh, sorry,
ich
sorry.
bin Ärztin,
Hmm.
ich bin Ärztin
Okay.
und ich arbeite am Ohentag, Ohentage,
Ich arbeite an
am,
Wochentagen.
am
An Wochentagen.
Tage, Tage, no,
Tagen.
ma'am,
This comes
Tagen.
under dative structure. That is why.
Okay.
Okay, if you work on weekend, we are anyway going to learn all of this. What did I write?
Und,
Work, no, work
und
off.
free, und free am Wochenende.
Okay, correct. Yeah. All right. That's next. Alicia.
Ja, hallo, guten Tag. Ich heiße Alicia Jagtap. Ich bin 21 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Shirdi, Maharashtra und auch wohne in Shirdi. Ich spreche Marathi, Hindi, Englisch und Deutsch. Ich bin Studentin und meine Hobbys sind Singen und Kochen. Das ist alles.
Okay, sehr gut. Okay, then Alok.
Hallo, bin ich
Yes,
Hörer?
hello.
Hallo.
Yeah.
Ja, hallo, ich heiße Alok Kumar und ich bin fast 21 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Bihar, aber momentan wohne in Hyderabad. Ich spreche Englisch, Hindi, Bhojpuri, Maghi und Deutsch. Ich bin a student an der University in the English and Foreign Language University.
Mhm.
Mein Hobbys sind Badminton spielen, Reisen, Gedichte schreiben und lesen. Ja, danke schön. Das ist alles.
Okay, sehr gut. And Alok, you have completed German already, no?
Ja, Bachelor's.
Bachelor's.
Ja,
So you
I
learned
have Bachelor's degree.
Germanistik, BA German.
Ja, BHM.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, Parul, you are in the class. I can't see you. Can you tell your name? Which one? Parul, Parul. Yes, Parul, you can give your
Ma'am,
introduction.
I'm audible to you?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. First of all, guten Tag. So, oh ja, ich heiße Parul. Ich komme aus Rajasthan. Ich wohne in Jaipur. Ich spreche Englisch, Hindi und etwas Deutsch. Meine Hobbys sind Tanzen. Next ist Beruf. Ich bin Studentin and done.
Yeah, mein Hobby ist Tanzen.
Ist okay.
हाँ,
Okay, sind
क्योंकि
we
एक ही
add
hobby
when
है.
we have a okay two
More than
or
one,
more
more
hobby.
than
Yes,
one.
yes,
Okay?
done.
We all of us will have to change this etwas, ein bisschen Deutsch to ich spreche Deutsch.
Okay.
Yeah, it is time that we change this a little. Stop saying I speak a little. We'll change that. Okay, we have one more. Who is Sarah Vanan Health?
Ma'am, this is
Ani-
Annapurni. Good day.
Yes. Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm
Hello.
unable to with the others. So I was connecting with this. This is Annapurni here. I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah. Ich bin Annapurni. Ich heiße Annapurni. I'm. Ich bin 37 Jahre alt.
Mhm.
Ich komme aus Indien. Ich wohne in Coimbatore. Ich
Mhm.
wohne in Coimbatore. Ich spreche Tamil, English, Malayalam, etwas Deutsch.
Okay. Correct.
Äh,
Anybody left? Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, you want to say anything else?
Ich arbeite aus what is that? Buchhalter.
Buchhalterin?
Buchhalter.
Sehr gut.
Done.
I think almost everyone is done, no? Great, great. Okay, I'll give you my introduction. Should I use all of these phrases? ठीक है. Ich heiße Rushika, ich bin 31 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Pune. Ich wohne auch hier in Pune. Ich bin verheiratet und ich habe zwei Katzen und keine Kinder. Ich spreche viele Sprachen. Ich habe mein Bachelor Degree in der deutschen Sprache gemacht. Ich habe BA German und ich spreche auch Chinesisch, Chinese und ein bisschen Spanisch auch. Meine Hobbys sind Sprachen lernen, trainieren, that is to do gymming und unterrichten. I like to teach. Okay, great. These are my hobbies. Now, have you all gone through the recording, the drive that I had shared? Okay, I will walk you through everything right now anyway. We are going to take help of this drive. Okay, this is where I will save all of my documents. Whatever we are going to refer to in a class, I will save it here. I typically get the recording an hour after we are done with the class, so 3:30, no? So after I think around 4:30 I will get the recording. So as soon as I log in again, I will just upload it here. Okay. I will show you the old grammar class so you'll have some idea. This is the old grammar class that I had taken in March. Okay. If you go here, so I like to divide it week wise, and I also add these whatever we have done. Okay. So the exact same pattern will follow here. In case you want to revise something from that particular day, you can go to this file. The similar one I have uploaded in our file as well. Okay, this is for March. And whatever we have done, we'll do. This is what my previous experience was. Like we first of all did some basic brushing up. So my plan is that we will first of all brush up A1 and A2 for 2 weeks at least, depending on where you stand, all of you as a group. Okay, since all of you have come here with different understanding of the language, we'll have to make sure that everybody is at least somewhere close to each other before we start with B1. नहीं तो B1 का सिखाया हुआ भी you will not be able to understand. ठीक है? So we'll start with एकदम basic and then we'll do step by step. So everything is connected. So sometimes maybe a B1 grammar point may also come in somewhere in between. Okay, so you can just go through it once, and in case you want me to cover anything else, that also works. You can just let me know. Put it in the. You can just check it here, na? You can just put it in the group, and I will upload it somewhere here, and then make all the documents, all the PPTs, etc. regarding it for it. Okay, this pretty much covers everything from A1, A2, and B1. But still, if there is something, a tiny grammar point that you want some help on, then you can definitely let me know. Now, every day I will give you some sentences for translation, which you can send me. Okay. I will also make one folder for you, like this one. 1 second. This now homework folder. Okay, this is my old participants. Let's say this Carol's. Okay. So whatever homework I have given you, the translation ones, you can add it here and then I will give you feedback right away. Okay. For A1, I ask all the participants to write in your notebook and then take a photo and then send me. But A2 onwards, even placing everything in the drive, it is easier because the sentences are long, they are little complex. So it is very difficult for me to type everything again and then give you feedback. Okay, so this is what I find little easier for you. And the noun capitalization, spellings, etc., that I think all of you can work around now, since most of you are at B1 level, B1 plus level. So after the class, I will create the individual files and give you access of that. Okay. Now everybody can view what the other participants have written, but only you and I, the owner of the file, that is, you are the owner of your file, and I will be able to make edits. Okay, so if Preeti's file has sentences, then rest of you will be only able to view the file, not edit it. This is just to avoid any confusion, or sometimes the jalbazi may we make some changes as well. So to avoid all of that, this is the rule. Okay. Now, in case I find something interesting, I also put it here, which I will soon give you all the documents. Now, you will also get an access to this folder, grammatic. Okay. This folder is a common folder for all of my levels. I have given accesses to everybody for this. This has grammar. So all the grammatical documents that you will see under this file, this folder, are made by me. I have written all of this files. So whenever I get some time, I make some worksheets and some exercises, etc. You can take a look. Not for every grammar point there is a sheet available, but I'm still making them. So whenever I find time, I just make them, upload, and then inform everyone. Now let us say this. So maybe Thursday, Friday, we revise possessive pronoun. Then I'll ask you, okay, you can go to this folder and try to solve this over the weekend. Okay, A1, nominative, accusative. So at least at your level, you should be able to do this. A1 ka. Okay. And the answers to all of this exercises are also given here itself. Okay. So you can solve this by yourself and then cross-check the answers here. In case you do not know, you did not understand how I landed on that answer, you can ask me definitely. Okay, that's not a problem at all. Just send me screenshots that this is where it is located and I'm not able to understand. So I can just check it from my end. Then this is the additional folder that I've added maybe a month or so ago. Films. Okay, I came across some interesting films online which are in German. जैसे ये Om Shanti Om is in German, or Spider-Man 2, Death Note, this is a Japanese anime. So everything is in German. So you can bindas download this, keep it in your laptop, watch it, etc. To download this or any file, you just have to click right, and there is this option download. Okay. And storybooks also I have added. Harry Potter, if you like, and some more here. Vocabulary, these are the extra sheets written by me. So you can also take a look at it. You can also download and take a printout. As long as you just do not compile the documents and just take a printout and don't not study. You can just do it like just say you downloaded this Berupa and then you work around it, you know all the professions, and then you go and download a next one. So that works. Yeah. So I will give you access of this folder and B1 grammar this folder for 1 year. Okay, so the next year, November, you will have the access for both. After that, I remove the access. All right, any questions about the structure, folders?
9.
Robin? Okay. All right, great. Now we are going to start. I've already written few notes, just this smidge of it. Okay, yes. Who can tell me, so you can ignore this, who can tell me the basic sentence structure? What components do we have in a sentence?
May I?
Yes, sure.
First subject
Mhm.
plus verb plus object if I have.
Okay. So we need a subject, then we need a verb, then we need objects. Any other
Object.
things we need? Anything extra information that we need? Okay, is there anyone who is not comfortable with Hindi? एकदम basic Hindi,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
film level का Hindi. Like if you watch a film in Hindi, would you be able to understand?
Yeah, few words is enough, ma'am, but I cannot understand sentences of Hindi. Much Hindi I
Okay,
cannot
I will,
understand.
yeah.
Somewhat it's okay, ma'am.
Okay, in case I say something in Hindi and you don't understand, you let me know immediately.
Okay, sure.
Okay, this is the basic. Even my Hindi is not that great, to be honest.
Okay, so
My Hindi though sometimes sounds very tapori. Maharashtrian Hindi is not that great. Okay, yes. So we have subject, verb, object. Anything else do we require in a sentence? Or maybe it is extra information that
Adjective.
adjectives. Okay.
Adjective, nouns,
Yes, adjectives. Okay.
Articles.
Okay.
ma'am, noun,
Noun. Okay. So, okay. Now, subject is nothing but nominative.
No.
Okay. And verb, we know verb is any kind of action that we do. And when we have object, which is accusative.
Accusative.
Okay. Now, when I say subject is nothing but nominative, just the term nominative, it is used in grammar. Just say if you go to a doctor, do we have, we have Vijay Lakshmi, you're the doctor, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
So if, huh. So if somebody goes to Vijay Lakshmi and says, doctor, give me a medicine for, let's say, some fever, and she writes a very scientific name of that medicine, will we be able to understand? No, because we have not learned that. We need something, the easy word for that, no? So consider that same example here. Nominative is nothing but the subject of the sentence, and accusative is the direct object of the sentence.
Obvious.
Object, direct object of the sentence. Okay. And what are the verbs?
Dative is a indirect object.
Ma'am, that represent the action.
Yeah. So which verbs do you know in English? First of all, we'll just brush up something in English and then we'll move to German.
Ma'am, regular verbs, irregular verbs,
Okay. Examples.
English
play,
में
English में.
Playing,
eating,
running, eating,
sleeping,
Okay.
playing,
Listening,
running,
working,
working,
Working, to work, right? Okay. Anything else?
to drive,
to
writing,
talk,
Drive, to talk. Okay.
writing.
Now, any kind of action, we call them verbs, no? Now, what do you think? To be born, to die, to disappear, or to be also. Are these verbs?
Yes.
yes ma'am,
Yes, correct. So when we now in everyday language, what do we say? Action is verbs, no? So action matlab kya कि when you are moving your body, we call it an action. Like my hands are moving, my legs are moving, my head is maybe moving, my lips are moving. So we consider that as action, right? But even in grammatical sense, even to be something, like if I say I am a teacher, ich bin Lehrerin, that is also an action. Okay. So this verb will be conjugated according to your subject. So whatever you conjugate is a verb. When I say ich bin, I'm conjugating the verb sein. It is an action. Ich schlafe, even sleeping is an action. Even being in the coma, like you're not moving your body at all. You cannot move your body at all, but it is an action. It is a state of being. So all of these are will be considered as actions. Okay. Now, first of all, we are going to look at subject. Okay. Now, whatever I type here on this note, I will then after the class, I just put it here. Okay. So even if you do not write any notes during the class and pay your entire attention to the screen, that also works. In case it is out of your habit, then that's also fine. Okay. Now we are going to look at few personal pronouns. All right. Okay. I'm going to copy paste this slide into a drive as well in the Word document, so you can check it later. Now the first person, singular, that is only the single person, is always ish. Okay, ish. Now, the second person with whom I'm talking could be du, sie, a singular person. Okay. Now, what do you think? What, which conversations or which relationship would come under do?
Informal,
informal,
Huh? Yeah. Which,
informal,
what are those
informal
relationships?
relationships, friends, family, uh,
Mhm.
classmates,
Correct. Okay. So, anyone with whom you can use the Hindi wala tu tum will come under do. Okay. It could be your friends or even your neighbors or anybody with whom you use you informal in English. Okay, that will be your do. And what about Z?
Z is
is
for
formal.
formal languages,
Hmm. Okay.
like
Now Z you
The
will
with
elder
use
ones,
elder ones. Yeah, is your quote.
elder
Then
ones, our
professional, colleagues,
seniors, professionals,
yeah. So in the office, I will use Z. Okay, with my colleagues, I may use Z or do depending on my relationship with that colleague. If it is more like a friendship, I may also use do. Okay, but with my boss, with my manager, with my teacher, with my neighbor, or with a person that I have just met, now I will always use up tone in Hindi. So similar to that, I will use Z. Now this conversation or this relationship can be face to face. Like right now, we are talking face to face on Zoom call or even in the call or even in the letters. Let's say that you are writing to a visa office, right? Do you write to a visa office कि चल मेरा visa दे? नहीं ना? We write it on a very formal tone कि आप मेरा visa दे दो please, etc. Right? So that tone can also be with ish and z. Okay, so it could be telephonic conversation, face-to-face meeting, or even in writing, like you're writing to someone. Okay, then we have singular में third person, air, z, and s. Right now, Alok was in the class, but now he has left. So I will refer to him as air. Okay, he. So this third person may not be in the conversation, like may not be present there with you, and you're talking about him. Okay, you're not talking with him, about him. So third person, like we say, ये तीसरा कोई तो आ गया बीच में. So exactly that. Third person is never active in the conversation. You're talking about that person. Now, depending on the gender, you will either say air for boys, for male, Z for women. And if you are referring to something neutral, you will use S. Okay. Now let us look at plural. At any point, if you find difficulty, please speak up. And this is a language class. Get your all doubts solved. Do not hesitate to ask me the same questions again. It's completely fine. Okay. Now the plural form of ish is wir. Okay. I, we all. Right now it is we are lernen Deutsch. All of us are learning German. Okay. If I say ich lerne, matlab only me. But when I say wir, it is you, me, everyone. I consider all of us as one unit. Okay. Now, if I'm talking to one person, it could be do or z. But what if I'm talking to many people at once? So it is individual do. And together, I call all of that as ear. Okay. The pronunciation is same as ear, kan, like the body part ear. Okay. We will not pronounce ear. We will not pronounce ear. Okay, ear. So E and O. That's it. Okay. Can you think of the situations where this is applicable? This we use ear form.
At the
For a particular group,
Yes. So what are the
for a
situations?
particular group,
Okay, such as, for example, this
uh,
Z I will use in office with my boss. But when will I use this ear?
like now we are in the group. So if you have to represent us, you will say ear,
Correct.
ears
Right now
end.
I'm in the, yeah. So I'm talking to all of you at once. Right? So consider that there is a speaker and there are audience. So speaker will address the audience as ear. All of you, tum sab, aap sab log. Hmm? Another example will be the yoga instructor or any kind of class where you have a teacher and you have students. Okay. It could also be that you meet somebody, like you meet two kids. Okay, and you say, where is your mother? आप दोनों की माँ कहाँ पे है, for example. So you're talking to two kids at once. Okay, so ear is always plural. It could be male, 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 female, a group of people. The gender does not matter, but more than one person. Now, and this is Z again. If you're talking to many people on formal tone, you will use Z. This is just for information. For conjugation, we never consider this, but in case you want to use it. Now, let's say that you're talking to two of your bosses at once. You can use Z tone, capital Z. Okay. Now this is again one more Z. Okay. Air, Z, and S. Okay, Preeti, when do we use this Z?
When we are addressing to group of people,
But address
uh,
में तो ये हो जाएगा ना here. Address मतलब you are directly talking with them.
yeah, or we are referring to them, like they are doing this, like that. Third person.
Correct. Correct. So if you are talking about a group of third person or group of people who are not in the conversation. For example, some of the students did not join today, right? So we can refer to them as they. Okay. Now, if you look at all of this, we already have this one Z here, and one Z here. So we have three Z's. No? Then how do we differentiate which Z is to use when?
On the basis of verb.
Okay. Okay. Others, you can also
Sometimes,
participate.
sometimes by understanding the information in the text.
Okay. Okay. Now this brings us to the second component of a sentence. Yeah. The verb. Okay. But until this point, any questions, anyone? Rest of you, you should also participate. Okay. If you do not ask questions, I will keep on going. You
No,
have to
ma'am,
sometimes
as
stop
of
me as
now.
well. Nothing, no? Okay. I love to talk, okay? So I am a chatterbox. Ich spreche wie ein Wasserfall. I talk like a waterfall. You cannot stop me. Keep on talking. Okay. Okay, great. In case you have questions even later on, you can ask, but just ask. Hmm? Now, this brings us to the second type of component in a sentence, that is verbs. Okay. Now, Alicia, Vijay Lakshmi, Junaid, and Parul, other than Yashika,
Yes,
Yashika has also answered.
yes, ma'am.
Which verbs do you know? Which type of verbs do we know? You have regular verbs, then
Irregular word.
Irregular verbs.
irregular, what's not?
Verb.
Um,
Modal verb.
Modal
modal
verb.
verb. Trend barren verb.
Trend barren
Help,
und trend barren.
helping verb.
Transitive verbs.
Transitive verbs, there are categories of verbs. There are no
Okay.
types.
Trend
Okay.
bar und trend bar.
Trend bar, trend bar. Anything else? Okay, in the helping verb category, which ones do we use?
Habe sein.
Is
Yes.
okay.
Haben,
Burden.
sein,
But then
werden, yes, correct. For photo rhymes, we use it. And for part, it's not passive as well.
waren hätten.
हाँ, वो तो इसका ही हो गया ना, haben और sein का ही part है. What about lassen?
Lassen.
Lassen.
Great. Okay. And what are the tenses of these verbs that you have learned until now?
Present.
Present tense.
Present,
Past tense.
yeah,
Pa-
present,
Perfect.
preteritum,
Perfect and preteritum.
Preteritum.
Perfect.
participes Y, yes, Rashika.
Participle verb.
What about conjunctive?
No.
That's why. Yes, conjunctives Y you have learned. Was noch?
And perfect.
Perfect, हाँ, participes Y मतलब perfect.
But
Have you learned future tense?
Future. Yeah. Werden.
That is called futur eins.
you're right.
Anything else? What about plusquam,
Plusquam perfect.
right? Plusquam perfect, right? Great. Now, having said this, we are going to do all of this one by one. Okay, we'll just do a little bit of practice of this. Now just take a look at this. Okay, there are two kinds of verb categories. Again, these are all grammatical terms. I will simplify them for you more. Hmm. Now look at this both verbs category, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. And tell me what difference do you see?
In transitive, we use a helping verb, and intransitive, we use a action verb.
Okay.
Intransitive is about that person, that object, and intransitive verb, that object is doing something.
That object is doing something. Okay. Alicia, Shivangi. Shivangi has answered, no?
Intransitive verbs, the verb is showing like the action, the subject is showing the action whichever it was doing about the object, and it is in the pronoun form in the intransitive verb. Like pronoun form is like noun pronoun. What would we say? Like that form in English. It was like transitive verb.
Okay. What else? Okay. So this red ones that you see, okay, all of these are subjects. Okay, that is our nominative. Hmm. The
Yes.
blue ones that you see here and here, hmm, all of these are verbs, actions. Okay. And what about this one? If I say Alex is my good friend, then my good friend will come under what category?
Object.
Is it an object of the sentence?
No, no, ma'am. No, I'm not.
Or this one, Maya is a teacher. Ethan is very tall.
Ma'am, it is, I think, adjective.
Adjective
Okay.
and
Yeah,
any
it all is
preposition.
subjective. Good is subjective.
It's about
Everyone is
information
objective.
about the subject.
Correct. So this पूरा जो है this side, all of these are extra information. And what about this side?
These all are verbs, like
They are telling what action
subject
they are.
is doing action.
And
Correct.
transitive verbs need a object, or maybe intransitive don't need any object.
Yes. So in intransitive verbs, our focus is only on the doer, only the nominative. Okay. In transitive verbs, we need who and what as well. Right? If I just keep on saying Alex plays, Alex plays, Alex is playing, at some point you will feel that okay, she lost. You are going to say what he's playing, right? So we need that what component in transitive verbs. So we need an object. Okay. And this is a teacher, is very tall. All of this would come under extra information. Always remember to be, this verb is always nominative. Okay. So if I want to say you are my friend, okay, I have seen students saying something like, du bist meinen Freund. This will be incorrect. This will be, see, even this autocorrects, du bist mein Freund. Okay. So the first thing that you have to learn while learning a language is how to differentiate or how to understand the components of a sentence. Because like you know, everything in German depends on the genders and all the plenty of genders and the changes, der to die, das to them, etc. All of that comes with it. So if you know that what is it? Is it an object? Is it a subject? Is it a verb? Then only you'll be able to frame grammatically correct sentences. Okay. Now we'll do this exercise. Okay. We have a nominative, we have a verb and extra information. Okay. Now I will ask you one by one so everybody will get some chance. We'll start with Yashika. In the first one, Ich bin Nina, which is the nominative, verb and extra information.
Ma'am, nominative.
Hmm.
Nominative is ish.
Hmm.
Verb is bin.
And Nina is?
Nina is not extra information.
It is extra information. It is not an object. Whatever is not an object,
Is
it is
extra
extra.
information.
All the names वगैरह will come under extra. Correct. Okay. Next one, Junaid. Sie sind Lehrerin.
Ma'am, they is nominative,
Mhm.
sind is verb, and lettering is extra info.
Correct. Hmm. Then next one, Alicia. Der Mann heißt Peter.
Der Mann is nominative.
Mhm.
Heißt is verb. Peter is extra.
Hmm. Correct. Hmm. Wir sind Studenten. Parul.
Wir is nominative, sind is verb, and Studentin is extra.
Extra. Extra. Correct. Hmm. Das ist ein Stuhl. Pretty.
That is nominative. It's actually the article.
Mhm.
Is verb and stool is the additional info.
Okay. What I mean by additional info is you will say, ki, what if we remove all the additional infos? Will that make any sense? No. I'm talking just about the grammatical components that in that grammar, it does not hold any particular element. It is not an object. That's it, what I want to say. Okay. Next one, das ist Krankenhaus, Vijay Lakshmi.
Yeah,
Sorry.
das is nominative, ist is
Okay.
verb, and Krankenhaus is extra info.
Okay. Sehr gut. May I know who is 1+? Who has joined as 1+? I can't see. Okay. And then we have Annapurani. What about this? That is a flasher. This one.
One.
Okay. Das is when a flasher. Eine flasher will be extra. Das in Blumen. Blumen is extra.
Blumen.
So if you see in all of these, okay, their Großvater is alt. Alt will come under adjective. Okay, I cannot say that is the object of my sentence. Their Bakar baked ger, इसमें जो gain word है, that comes under adverb. Right? It is the extra. So even if I remove ger, it makes sense. That's how Auto is blau. Again, it comes under adjective and color. Das sind Katzen. Again, extra information. Okay. Always remember if you're writing a sentence with sein, then uske baad whatever will come after that needs to be in nominative case, not accusative. Okay. Now we'll go back to our table. This one. Now, can you tell me few sentences in English, first of all, that would come under intransitive verbs? Think about the verbs that do not require any object. If you cannot ask the question what to them.
Wir sind lernen.
No. Then you said actually, wir sind lernen. Did you see this?
Yes.
So ing form है ही नहीं ना. There is no ing form in German. So if you want to say we are learning, you just have to say we are learning.
Okay, yeah, right. What did I
This
say?
will not come here. Yeah. Anything else? Think about the verbs that do not require an object. To say
The
I
group
am
is
swimming.
active.
Okay.
Painting is beautiful.
Okay. The painting is beautiful. Beautiful is an adjective. So good. What else? The group is active.
Ich bin zu Hause.
Okay, I am at home. This does not have an object, but it has a location. Correct. So the questions will differ. Now, यहाँ पे I cannot ask what are you. I'll have to say where are you. We're only looking at that what component. Okay.
Ich lerne das Buch.
I'm reading the book,
Yes, ma'am.
but that will come under transitive. Now, what are you reading? A book.
I'm reading.
Okay. Just a sentence I'm reading. Okay.
Alexa is AI tool.
Okay. Alexa is an AI. Okay. Now, the verbs such as to die, to be born, you cannot say what are you dying, what are you, even, I don't know even how to frame that in English for to be born, right? So, some verbs will not take any object at all, and all of these verbs will be called intransitive. Okay, such as to die, to be born, then to drive. Okay. Now to drive will come under both actually. It will, if you're a pilot, then you can say I drive the vehicle, the flight wala. And you can also try it with car, etc. Or you can simply say I'm driving to Mumbai today. So that will come under both. Okay. Or to wake up, to get up. Now all of these verbs, they do not require an object. So even if I say I'm waking up, my sentence is complete. Uska ulta, the opposite of it is the transitive verbs. Now, in transitive verbs, we require an object compulsory. And whatever object we have, that will be your accusative, which we are yet to learn, revise. But that object will be in accusative. Okay, can you think of few examples in English?
I'm driving
But
to Mumbai.
Okay, an object. That to Mumbai is a location.
Okay. I'm driving by car.
Okay, I'm driving a car. What are you driving? Driving a car. Correct. Must know.
Ich lerne Deutsch.
Yes, I am learning German. What are you learning? German. Correct. So learning, driving, reading, studying, lifting, singing, teaching, playing, they will require an object. Anything else?
Alexa, speed music.
Okay, Alexa is playing music.
I'm reading book.
Okay.
She
I'm first of all doing all
feel
the English
and
wala because it is
football.
easier to understand. We are playing football. Okay, this is the only first class, na? That is why we are using English examples. Later on, sab wo German page चला जाए. Just to make you understand, nothing else. Okay. Now just tell me the list of verbs do you think now you can tell me in German if you want that would require an object.
Spielen. Essen.
Feeling,
Essen.
essen,
Lernen.
Gehen.
Reisen.
Talking.
uh,
Talking.
talking. What are
Fahren.
you talking? That does not come under object, na? I'm talking a sentence. We cannot say that.
Talking to. Okay. Whom?
Fahren.
To whom
Reisen.
that is kochen, yes. To whom will be detailed.
Reisen.
Writing,
What
Schreiben.
are you traveling? No. Writing, so that is schreiben.
Fahren.
Fahren, okay, will come under both.
Kaufen.
I heard gehen as well.
Both.
Somebody said gehen. Gehen will come here. What are you
Yes,
going?
ma'am.
We cannot ask. Kaufen, then
Putzen.
putzen.
Fliegen.
What are you flying?
हाँ.
Maybe if you're flying a वो kite अपना पतंग, then you can say.
Reisen.
Right. What are you riding?
Reisen.
Raisa,
REISEM.
what are you traveling?
Kaufen.
Kaufen, yeah. Kaufen to buy. What are you buying?
Gibson.
Drink and schlafen.
Ma'am, Lassen
Schlafen?
comes.
Lassen. Okay.
Yeah.
I had schlafen. Can you ask the question, what are you sleeping? No, schlafen does not require an answer.
Where are you sleeping?
Ma'am, does Lassen
That is
comes?
a Lassen you can. It's Lasse,
Mhm.
but that requires a person. You can use that.
Listen,
Hmm?
listen.
Yes.
Sure and
Ma'am, I heard that like this sentence, lassen Sie deine Fahrkarte. So Lassen
So
comes.
Lassen will come.
Mhm,
Lassen will come.
mhm.
But we have not done
Okay.
those works now. We are just doing A1 right now. That
Ah,
is
okay,
why.
okay, sorry.
I'm acknowledging that it is there, but I'm not just writing. That's it.
What you are seeing?
Sing will come under here. Was sagst du?
sehen.
Sing. Okay. Sehen.
Wohnen?
What are you? Wohnen? This wohnen.
Yeah.
What are you living?
No,
Where
it
are
will
you?
come in intransitive or transitive. Wohnen.
Okay.
Tanzan.
Intransitive.
Ma'am, Tanzan.
Tanzan. Tanzan will come under both. Like you can say, Ich tanze gern, I like to dance, versus Ich tanze
Hmm.
vielleicht salsa.
Hmm.
So that will be both. Hmm.
Ma'am, Zahlen फिर Zahlen.
Ich zahle eine Rechnung. Okay. But Salen will come. Then here, rennen, laufen,
Kommen?
kommen. Yeah. What are you coming? We cannot say. Where are you coming from? We can say. Bleiben, we can use it here.
Besuchen.
Regnen, na? Regnen to rain. Yes.
Besuchen.
Hmm. Besuchen will come under accusative.
Besuchen will be coming here, na, because where you visit, what you visit.
What are you visiting? As if you are visiting a
Yes,
place
yes, yes.
today. Hmm. Or even who. Who also comes under accusative. Like if you are visiting a person, that will also need. Huh? So that object can be a person or even a non-living thing. So we have that. We have that sometime this week. Okay, great. Now here we have the verbs sein, to be, heißen as well, to be called. Fahren, gehen, we have written. Anything else we left? Spazieren gehen, sterben, laufen, aufstehen,
Wandern?
walken, yes, wandern. Okay. Now all of these verbs, they will not require any object at all. Okay. Now we are going to frame few sentences with these verbs. Okay, where you will add that verb and that's it. You will not add any object. Okay. Now we'll start with something small. What about wohnen? Okay, Junaid, give me one sentence with wohnen.
Okay. Ich wohne in Pune.
Okay, Jaipur. Okay. Next one, Parul, give me one sentence with rennen.
Sorry, what?
Rennen, rennen. Yes.
Rennen means to run.
Yes.
Ich renne im Park.
Okay. Suppose ich renne jeden Tag. Jeden Tag is every day.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Next one, common. Yeah, who would like to give example with common?
Ich komme aus Indien.
Okay. Now, one rule about making the sentences, since it is first, it is fine, but do not always frame sentences with ish. उधर ही गाड़ी अटक जाती है अपनी. Ish, via, ish, do or z, capital Z. We do not go beyond that. Now you have come to A1 में ठीक है. You can just frame, stick with ish if you want. But अभी थोड़ा explore different personal pronouns as well. Use ear, use वो छोटा वाला z, they वाला, या फिर air, s. No? What is your sentence with common, which is not starting with ish?
Er kommt aus Indien.
Yeah, kommt aus Indien. Correct. Perfect. What about heißen? Mhm. Like
Sie
you're
heißt,
pointing to a girl and saying, yes, the
ja,
heißt.
sie heißt Mega or like
ठीक है, what कुछ
yeah,
भी नाम. Yeah,
yeah,
she had. Yeah. Yes. One thing about this Z is I will have to capitalize it. Why?
yeah, because it's hygiene or like for it's at the first, so we are
Yes.
using
Starting of the
at the first, yeah.
Yes. This is at the start of the sentence. इसलिए that is the reason I have to capitalize it. Otherwise, it will always be small. Okay. Just because it has come in the beginning, I have to capitalize it. So, good. Then can I have schlafen? Yeah, one sentence with schlafen. Maybe Shubhangi, you can try. Shubhangi, Yashika,
Uh,
Anisha. Hmm. Schlafen, to sleep.
schläft früher.
Er schläft.
Früher.
Mhm.
Early.
Früh.
Eh,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Sehr gut. Any other verb you would like to frame a sentence with? Regnen.
Ma'am,
Let us take regnen.
hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So as you said, ma'am, like I am also
Mhm.
having difficulties making sentences and with using ear, IHR. So if you can make like 2 or 3 sentences with ear,
Okay, sure. We'll do that after regnen because regnen does
yeah,
not take anything.
yeah, yeah.
What personal pronoun do we use with regnen?
SE,
Only one is
S,
applicable.
S
Regnate.
regnate.
Correct. So also weather related verbs, for that we only have to use regnen. Of course, I cannot say, na, I'm raining. There is no other personal pronoun allowed to use with regnen. Right? Es regnet. Okay, great. Now these are all for intransitive verb. Okay, there we do not have an object, but we have some extra information. We have some adjective, adverb, or some time related word, or some location related word. Okay, now we are going to move to transitive verb. Now transitive verb में compulsory we need an object. Okay, and let us take feelen. Okay, and then we'll make feelen with ear.
feeling.
Okay, now I'm talking to all of you and saying all of you are playing tennis, suppose. How will I say that?
Ihr spielt Tennis.
Yeah, spielt tennis. Okay. Right now we are not going to go for questions because it is still the day one. We are only doing subject verb object. So maybe you will never use even this sentence, like you are playing tennis. But just for a sake of practice. We are doing that. Okay. What about lernen? If I'm thinking, okay, all of you are learning German.
I learned German,
Yeah.
Deutsch.
Yeah, I
German.
learned Deutsch.
Okay. What about Junit? You do this one. Kaufen.
Mm, ear count in Edeka,
Okay.
like or
Adeka.
yeah.
Yes. Adeka. Okay. Fine. Okay. What about Preeti? Trinken. Now, I cannot just say I am drinking, I'm drinking,
Yeah.
or he is drinking, we are drinking. Yeah. What? So that what will be the object? Yes, please.
Object.
Die Katze trinkt the Milch.
Yeah. Die Katze trinkt Milch. Correct. Alicia, besuchen, schreiben, fahren, essen.
Ear, is chocolate.
Yes. Ihr esst Schokolade. Then schreiben, Yashika.
Ihr schreibt ein E-Mail.
Eine E-Mail. Sehr
Eine E-Mail.
Okay. So we need to know the verbs which would take an adjective. Sorry, which would take an object compulsory. Okay. Now, those who have already registered, I have given you the access of this grammatic, na, this one, wordshots wala folder. So यहाँ पे if you go to grammar and level wise list, okay, you will find accusative verbs. Okay, I will give you the link of it directly. So यहाँ पे right now only focus on object. Okay, you will see a few verbs, these many verbs. This is only for A1. Okay, which would take an object. Just say sehen. Once, if you're comfortable, you can also look at this living beings. So the thing is that object cannot always be a non-living thing. It can also be a person. Okay, since we are talking about grammatical term, object, accusative. Okay, we have sehen. Now I can see a person as well as I can see an object. Hören, right? Okay, I can listen to a person as well as to something non-living. Finden. But just like kaufen. Now, kaufen in day-to-day life, we will never use with person, do we? Your human trafficking, you will not use it. Kaufen, right? Bestellen, to order. Now, this order, wo, just say we order on Amazon, wo wala order, not to give instructions wala order, just to place an order. Lesen, schreiben, essen. All of these words will not take person. They will only can be used with non-living things. So you will find a list here if you want to just take a look at the verbs which can be used for both or which can be used only for one people or maybe for non-living things. Okay, just located here, and this is the link. Okay, I'll go back to this. Yes, until this point, do you have any doubts? Anything you would like to discuss? Nothing? Okay, we have 15 more minutes. Okay, I'll give you introduction of the next topic. Then we will do tomorrow. Okay, just a second.
Entschuldigung, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if I just want to ask, if I'm not professionally active, then I can I use this sentence? Ich bin jetzt nicht beruflich tätig. Is it grammatically correct?
Yeah.
Correct, no?
Momentan bin
Okay.
ich nicht beruflich tätig. Yes.
Tätig.
Tätig sein It's same as active sein.
Mhm.
Do you all know the word Tätigkeiten? This verb, do you know?
Ac-
Activity.
Activity.
Activity. Yes, it has come from the same root. Okay. Now, which dictionary do you all use?
Yeah, I
Ma'am,
also use DeepL, ma'am.
People. Okay. But do
I
you use
use Leo.
Leo? Okay. Deepalka, do you use the directly the translator?
Yeah, from the Google, like directly free wala DeepL translator.
हाँ, free वाला मतलब वो directly translator you don't use any dictionary like this. Leo.
No, no, ma'am.
हाँ, start using that because वहाँ पे you get everything ना
Mm-hmm.
ready made, so you don't have to put your brain.
Okay.
But we want to put our brain to something. Yes.
Yeah.
So let us say that this sentence I give you and you don't know teaches. So what you do, you go to Google Translate, put this and try to understand what does teach mean. Another way is I like to use this dictionary called Lingui. Okay. Teach, if I put here, you can also see what under which grammatical term it comes. It comes under adjective, that is the adjective. Mhm. And you can also see few examples for that. I think Leo is missing this, so I don't use Leo. Okay, so you can see how it has been used. See, it is designed to be working or to operate, to be active.
Ma'am, is this a free version or?
It is free. It is. I will send you this link. This is also available in app.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
Ma'am,
use it.
Leo, if
Mhm.
Leona, I face a problem very frequent कि whenever we search for a verb ना, there are so much of multiple meanings.
Hmm.
Like ma'am, उसमें से which one is active, which one is basically we have to learn or we have to mug up. That is so confusing. So can you
Actually,
please?
one word can be interpreted in many different ways. So, it depends on that context. So, for you as a little advanced learner, I would suggest कि whatever the first two meanings are, you take that. Or you
Okay,
can take
okay,
you can just check the meanings in multiple dictionaries. To see active,
हाँ.
busy, acting. Here it is active, working, operative. Another way is that you just put your word in the Google like this space and this write this word Beispiel. Okay, that is example.
हाँ
Sätze. Beispiel Sätze.
हाँ
These are the
हाँ वो एक
example
मिनट क्लास
sentences.
चालू है मेरा.
Okay, example sentences. So here, if you go down, you will find some links which says Beispiel Sätze mit Verb tätig.
I do it with ChatGPT. It is okay.
It is okay, but ChatGPT sometimes gives you different meanings as well. You
Okay.
can use it. Okay, so you can just try to find how that particular word has been used in different contexts. But the best will be this one. I use it for, I have been using it for a long time. It has different dictionaries as well. So I would recommend you this, Lingui. You can also do Ulta, like German to English. Okay, anything else? They're actually so tiny, tiny things that you have to pay attention. Okay, I'll just take 5 minutes of time and I will explain you the next. Just those that you already know. We are going to talk about the articles tomorrow because we have to cover accusative, etc. But I'll just give you a little bit of information, then we'll close the call. Okay. Now, articles are nothing but the genders of that particular word. Okay. Now, in Hindi, we have masculine, feminine, and some neutral as well. In Marathi as well, I speak Marathi, and that also we have. But in English, we consider masculine as the biological masculine, right? If a man, we say masculine, that means that person is biologically masculine. If I say woman, I consider her biologically feminine, right? The biological gender we consider. Hmm? Now, in German, that's not the case. Let us look at this. Now, these are all people-related words. Hmm? Now, under der Mann, you will see der Junge, der Sohn, der Bruder, der Vater, der Großvater, der Onkel, der Neffe. All of these are masculine relationships, right? In feminine, die Frau, die Tochter, die Schwester, die Mutter, die Großmutter, die Tante, die Nichte. All of these are then feminine. Okay. Now let us look at this neutral one. Hmm? Now das Kind, das Baby, das Mädchen. Okay. Now if I look at a kid and I say it is neutral, right? It doesn't make sense. But according to the German language, the word Kind is neutral. So it does not matter what actually the biological gender of that kid is. The word itself, only the language point of view we are saying, it is a neutral noun. Similar to it is baby, das baby. Okay. Now we have two Marathi speakers in the call. We have Alisha and we have actually three Shubhangi and Junaid as well. In Marathi, we have the word same as baby, which is baal. Okay. Now, if I want to refer to a baby, I will say te baal, which is a neutral noun, neutral indicator, right? So that does not mean that I'm pointing on the biological gender of that baby. It is just how the language has been framed. Okay. So similar to that, I think this concept is not that prominent in South Indian languages, but in thoda sa Western, like Western India, so all of this Maharashtra, Gujarati, I think we do have this gender wala thing. Okay. Now, Mädchen as well. Have you ever wondered why is it Mädchen, das Mädchen? Do you know the reason behind it? So Mädchen, so it is a feminine, na? Because we are talking about a girl.
In the medicine, there is CHEN. When the word ends with CHEN, it's das.
Correct. Now, this word Mädchen has a story behind it. The first part, med, okay, it is similar to the English word maid, na? M-A-I-D. The household help, घर पे जो help करने आती है, that we refer, or servant, we call as maid. Now, this has come from old German references, Anglo-Saxon references, very old, very back. Now, at that time, if there is a young girl and she is not married, she used to be called as maiden. Okay, from there it went to the German references. They made it into maid. The sound is same, na? Maid and maid, no difference. Only it is a umlaut. And like Alicia mentioned, this shen. Okay. Now, if you add the ending shen to any word, it means a smaller version of it, or a cuter, smaller, nicer version. Ekdam chotu sa. Hmm? Like Mädchen is nothing but a young girl who is like young lady, you can call it. So which is a girl. Hmm? Or if I say Kätzchen, it has come from Katze. Katze is a cat. Kätzchen, kitten. Hund, Hündchen, that is a puppy. Okay. So if you add the word Shen to any word, it becomes a smaller version of it. And that is why here in Mädchen word as well, we do not look at the biological gender. We just look at the how that word has been framed in that language, that is in German. Okay. Now there are only a few exceptions for people related exceptions for these. But what about non-living things, right? Now in English, I am going to refer to all the non-living things as what? It, right? The table, it is neutral. The curtain, it is. The car, it is. The house, it is. Okay. But in Hindi or Marathi even, we have the genders for everything. Have you ever noticed that? Do you have any examples?
Like
You know?
curtains are masculine.
Okay.
Pencil.
And car is feminine.
Okay. Just say Vijay Lakshmi, do you know how do we say my car in Hindi? My car.
My car in Hindi.
हाँ.
मायने कार मायने
Hindi.
oh sorry
You will say मेरी
उसमें
गाड़ी,
मेरी
मेरी गाड़ी,
yeah
right? But if
yeah
you
yeah
want to say my house, how will you say that?
मेरा I think so
मेरा घर, exactly. So in Hindi as well,
yeah
we make those changes, no? मेरा घर, मेरी गाड़ी, मेरी घड़ी, all of that.
mm,
So we change from मेरा to मेरी. Now nobody
mm,
has told us that okay, गाड़ी is feminine. Who decided? The
yeah
people who decided the genders, who created this language, decided. So similarly here as well, we have to take the same approach. I know articles are very difficult to remember. Even I suffer sometimes, even at this stage, after doing this for such a long time, I have to go back and look for the gender. So it happens. It is completely fine. Okay, we'll try to remember as much as we can. I have few tricks as well for that. I will show it in upcoming classes as well. But just do not get frustrated. It is how the language has been written. Now, every single thing, even the non-living things, will have its own gender. जैसे कूली, पेन, बाल, fish, bus,
kind
park.
of
Yeah.
unit
So every single thing will have its gender. Hmm. Now, if I look at park, now park is not showing any muscles to me and calling it a masculine noun. Na? Like park is saying, oh, look at my muscles, look at my abs. No, that is just the word is masculine. Similar to it, stadt or the naso. Hmm? Or neutral name, auto, motorrad, house. There are no qualities that will show, can be seen in the word that, okay, that will tell us, ki, okay, this noun must be neutral. This noun must be feminine. There are a few tricks that we will learn or that you must be already knowing. Okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But just understand that these articles, learning them is a very crucial part of German language because everything depends on the genders. Yeah, I don't have to tell this to you already. Accusative depends, genitive depends. Every single thing depends on this, the articles. So if you do not get the articles right, then you may be able to tell the next person in front of you what you want to say, but grammatically it could be incorrect. Okay, so if you are thinking from a exam point of view that you want to clear the exam, you want to use correct grammar, then you will have to learn the articles.
This is my main problem, ma'am.
It's everybody's problem. Everybody suffer for articles. I have suffered. I still sometimes I have to refer. Okay, so the key here is that you start with something small. Okay, if you have like look around you right now, wherever you are sitting, in front of you there must be plenty of things. Okay, can you name 10 objects in front of you right now? You don't have to tell me. I'm just asking you. Essay just to do this experiment by yourself. If you are able to name 10 articles with genders, then you are in a good, you are at good side of this language learning. But if you cannot name uh, even 5 things, then you'll have to start with that. So as a learner, the mistake that all of us do is we try to learn very heavy words. The words which are we are never going to use. Okay, so start small. If you like tennis, start with understanding the words of tennis. If you like, if you like to drink coffee, then see what is coffee called, coffee powder called, coffee mug called. Okay, so you start with that. Small, like them small sentences, small, what is around you, you start with that. And then you build your way to the proficiency. Okay, I have a very nice dictionary. I'll just try to find it 1 second. Bilingual. हाँ तो रखिए मैंने I will send it in the group directly. So that dictionary has all the pictures and stuff, so that will also help you. Okay. I have actually so much material sometimes I don't find. Okay, I found. Uh, does anybody have this dictionary? This? I'll put this like this. Do you have this dictionary, German dictionary visual? Okay. So there is this dictionary, visual dictionary, which has plenty of pictures. Okay. So I will send it right now in the WhatsApp group. You can just download it and try to learn from it. Very tiny sentences it has, like this one now, the word. So if you have kids, you can go for this or go for this. So try to use that vocabulary in your life. That's the main thing. Like this one. Now, if I'm not a dentist and I try to learn this vocabulary, I may forget it in 2 days because I'm never going to look at it again. So you have to learn something because oftentimes we are going to talk about the things which matter. No? Now, which things matter to you, you have to decide. And then you have to learn the vocabulary around it. Like if you like gardening, learn those words. If you are somebody who likes to cook or you cook on a daily basis, try to learn those vocabulary. ठीक है? Habt ihr Fragen? Are there questions? Anything you would like to ask me?